Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit, and it is a first round match in the tournament to crown a new Pastgen Television Champion. Introducing first, he hails from West Memphis, Arkansas, and weighs in tonight at 317 pounds, Sycho Sid. Sycho Sid captured the Pastgen Television title back in December 2024. He lost that belt earlier this year to Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, and ever since then he's been on a quest to gain it back. Reintroducing his opponent. He hails from Los Angeles, California, and weighs in tonight at 270 pounds, the masterpiece, Chris Masters. Well, this is going to be a very interesting contest. Two very strong, powerful athletes. Chris Masters 6'5", 270. Sid at 6'9", 317. Of course, Chris Masters, another man you wouldn't normally associate with championship belts, but a very capable athlete, tremendous wrestler, and he is certainly capable of going all the way in this tournament. Going to have to get through Sycho Sid. He wants to advance to the quarterfinals. Here we see the second half of those brackets. Sycho Sid against Chris Masters, and then straight after this match, Triple H will be taking on the man known as Sting, battling it out for a place in the quarterfinals. And of course, the other two first round matches will take place tomorrow. We're really getting through this tournament now. The bell rings, the two men set to square off. Can Sycho Sid advance and keep his hopes alive of regaining that belt, or will Chris Masters have the opportunity to become a first-time champion? Nice start there by Masters, headlock and a punch. And although Sid the larger man, whoa, Masters getting a little bit overconfident there, and Sid punishing him for that mistake.
Rope break.
Although Sid is the bigger man, he's the more powerful of the two men. Only a 30-something pound weight advantage. Sid normally much bigger than his opponents. But look at that though, big Polish hammer by Sid, knocking Chris Masters down. Now Sid sending Chris Masters for the right off the rope. Beautiful power slam. You've got to believe Chris Masters' best chance putting away Sycho Sid is if he can lock in that master lock, but it's going to be easier said than done. Locking that hold in on the big man. Sid charged in there, big shoulder thrust to the midsection in the corner. Now Sid sending Chris Masters into the opposite corner, comes charging in with a vicious clothesline. Thus far, Masters has not been able to gain any sort of momentum or getting any sort of offense. Look at that, Sid knocking the referee down. Choke slam by Sid. Normally the setup to the power bomb, but the referee not on his feet. Now Sid sending Masters for the right off the ropes, big double X handle. Referee slowly getting back up, and now Sid picks up Masters. Vicious power bomb. While Masters completely unable to do anything against Sid, and now the cover's made, the shoulders down after the power bomb, and Sycho Sid is through to the quarterfinals. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Sycho Sid. Sid advances to the quarterfinals and keeps his hopes alive, maybe regaining that coveted Pastgen belt. But up next, a fascinating contest between two of the biggest stars in the history of this business. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a first round match in the tournament to crown the new Pastgen Television Champion. Introducing first, he hails from Greenwich, Connecticut, and weighs in tonight at 265 pounds, Triple H. Triple H, the current world heavyweight champion with, well, an inferior organisation. It's still impressive to be able to hold that belt. Of course, if Triple H were to advance through this tournament to win the whole thing, he would have to give up that belt, but he said that belt is nothing but a trinket, nothing but a toy. and that the real world championship, the real belt that matters, the only belt that matters in professional wrestling, is that Pastgen Television title. Triple H would love to add that to his list of career achievements. Again makes his slow, menacing approach to the ring. Is he going to keep that water down here tonight? That is the mystery. Well, no. The water comes out. He's going to get none of the hydrating benefits of that water by spitting it into the air. I'll tell you what, if this man was hydrated, I don't think anybody would be able to beat him. Biggest weakness. Hasn't drank any water in 6 or 7 years and been hospitalised many times with dehydration as the game. He just won't drink that water. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He hails from Venice Beach, California, and weighs in tonight at 250 pounds. This is Sting. The Stinger. Possibly the biggest star to ever come out of WCW. And certainly the fans are loving seeing the Stinger here, giving him a great ovation. What a dream match this is between these two. One of the biggest stars from one organisation taking on one of the biggest from another. A match we never really got to see. Well, we did kind of get to see it, but let's not talk about that. Place in the quarterfinals is up for grabs. Question is, who's going to come out on top here? Will it be the Cerebral Assassin, the King of Kings? Or will it be the man known as Sting? And look at that, Triple H looking to engage in a Roman Greco knuckle lock with a man known as Sting. And now look at Sting gaining an early advantage, kick to the gut. Oh, and look at Sting, he's fired up already. The Stinger going right after Triple H. Knocks him against the ropes. Stinger sends him for the ride. Big drop kick by Sting. Lateral press, shoulders down. This could be enough to send Sting into the quarterfinals of this tournament, but Triple H getting the shoulder up. I think it's going to take a lot more. Put a man like Triple H away. As now Sting though staying on him. Triple H goes behind. Nice reverse DDT. And now the game going to work on the leg of Sting. Notice some wrestlers just go all out attack and just try to hurt their opponent in any way. Triple H, it's always calculated. There's always a game plan. Very, very intelligent athlete. And that's why he has had so much success in his career. Sting getting to his feet there. Triple H is kicking that leg from out under him. Trying to put more damage on the leg. Sting kicking him away. Now shoulder blocked by the Stinger. And as I said, Sting going all out attack. And now Sting on the top rope, waiting for Triple H to get to his feet. Well, trying a crossbody, but Triple H well out of harm's way by the time he actually dove off. Stinger getting the shoulder up very quickly though. We're a long way away from a finish here. Both men have still got plenty left in the tank. As now Triple H going to work on the Stinger with strikes. Sting blocks the right hand. Nice right hand by Stinger. Kick to the gut. Sting sending Triple H into the corner. Comes running in. Maybe going for the Stinger splash. Triple H sticking an elbow up there and putting a halt to that attack. Now Triple H has his opponent perched on the top rope. What's he going to go for? Big superplex by the game. The superplex, a devastating move, but it takes nearly as much out of you as it does your opponent. Triple H back on his feet with a nice Harley Race-like knee. And now Triple H dropping a knee right across the bridge of the nose. Stinger getting to his feet, but gets knocked down immediately with a big clothesline. Triple H telling us, oh, the Cerebral Assassin isn't just some dumb nickname. He really is a calculated wrestler. And now a spine buster by Triple H. Shades of Double A, Arn Anderson, a man. He's actually giving some coaching and now dropping a knee once again across Sting's face. Thus far, Triple H firmly in control as he sends... Whoa, face buster, the setup to the pedigree. Sting getting out of the way and maybe saving his hopes there of advancing in this tournament. Nice face crusher by Sting. And maybe Sting now looking to launch a bit of a comeback. Right hands to the face of the game. The Stinger on the top rope. Maybe he can be more successful on this occasion. Nice double axe handle by the Stinger. Triple H knocked out of the canvas. Sting on the top rope once again. Beautiful missile drop kick. Sting starting a bit of a comeback now. Sends Triple H into the corner. Stinger splash. Stinger splash in the corner. Sends Triple H in again. Nails another one. Things not looking good here for Triple H. Pulled back. Big knee to the gut. Sting really on fire here. He could have done enough to put Triple H away. Not going for the cover though. Another elbow tie up by Sting. Nice side Russian leg sweep. Yeah, maybe he thinks he's done enough. The shoulders down the lateral press. And Triple H just about sticking in there. What a turnaround this has been for the Stinger. Look at Triple H though catching that foot. Triple H now tries a move. Sting reverses it. Another face crusher by Sting. And now the Stinger looking to put Triple H away once and for all. That Scorpion Deathlock locked in. Triple H a long way away from the ropes. He must have to tap out here. Well, no, Sting releasing that hold. Very, very surprising move there. Now charges in Triple H, duck, facebuster by the game. The setup to the pedigree. Sting once again slipping out of the way. Right to the back by Sting, and now kicking the leg right from under Triple H. A couple of times Triple H has nearly put Sting away with that pedigree. But every time he somehow managed to find a way to escape. And now the Stinger on the top rope looking to hit a big splash. Triple H well out of the way of that move. Waist lock by the game. Sting elbows to the head, goes behind. And now Sting sends Triple H into the corner. Stinger splash. Another Stinger splash by the Stinger. And now Sting sends him for the ride off the ropes. Nice inverted atomic drop. I feel that the momentum has really shifted in this match. And now Sting diving off. Big splash. Oh no, the referee. He's not having a good night. That's twice tonight. He's been knocked off his feet and looks to be out of it. Nonetheless, the fight goes on. Nice clothesline by Sting. And now Stinger. The Scorpion Death Drop. The cover, but once again the referee has been knocked down. He's going to have a big lump on his head when he goes on tonight. The Scorpion Death Drop. Enough to finish Triple H off. Sting, your winner here. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, the man called Sting. Well, Stinger advances to the quarterfinals of this tournament. In a moment, let's take a look at the brackets as they stand. Yes, Sycho Sid and Sting go through. They will face off in the first quarterfinal on Saturday night. Well, it'll be the third quarterfinal, but the first of that night. And tomorrow night we're going to turn our attention to the final first round matches. Jeff Hardy taking on the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, and Peter Griffin, the current non-wrestlers champion, will be taking on the largest athlete in the world, The Big Show.